back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about all the things that I loved in October, essentially a monthly favorites video. I want to talk about music, films, books, media, what else do I have on here, beauty, just miscellaneous things, everything that I loved in October. Without further ado, let's get right into it. This section is not going to be very long because I did indeed just read one book this month. So the book that I read in October was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book, first of all, what a beautiful book. It is so gorgeous. I love all of the colours and everything. It just goes so well together. And then you also see the rocket going up into space, like iconic. For the actual book and what it's actually about, I'll just go onto Google just to give you like a brief little summary. Atmosphere is a 2025 historical fiction romance novel by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The book centers on Joan Goodwin, a fictional astronaut in NASA's space shuttle program in the early 1980s. This book was not boring. For 1 second, it was not boring. It was very fast-paced, but also really highlighted and gave enough time for the important parts, if that makes sense. I laughed, I cried. This is such a emotional book, but I loved it so much. I don't normally cry in books, to be honest with you. Like I just don't really feel the emotion through the book like I do with a film, but this book was something else. I was so scared that the ending was not going to be how I wanted it to be, but it did. So it wasn't that sad, if you know what I mean, but it's still like, it still shook you. This book basically follows Joan Goodwin, who is wanting to be an astronaut. So she joins the NASA space shuttle program and goes through that. So you get the whole experience of her and all the trials and all that sort of thing. There's so many different characters to love and to hate. She also has a sister and a niece. So seeing their dynamics is really, really beautiful, and hardships in that is just incredible. And there's also some romance in it along the way. Joan meets a woman and they may or may not fall in love, and it's just, oh, such a sad story, like a romance story, because it's obviously between two females in the early 1980s. So, you know, it's not going to be an easy love story, but it just, I loved it so much. This is by far probably my favorite category to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about was my favorite album that I listened to in October. And I think that's without a doubt Olivia Dean's new album, The Art of Loving. It came out at the end of September. This was, oh my goodness. This album came out actually quite recently. It came out at the end of September. I think maybe September 29th? September 26th, I was close. The Art of Loving includes 12 songs. It goes for about 34 minutes. I've been a fan of Olivia Dean since probably 2021. So I've been a fan for a solid 4 years now. I was really excited to know that she was bringing out a brand new album. I love Olivia Dean so much. Like, her music is so insanely beautiful and poetic, and she just puts so much effort into each and every one of her songs. I just love that she talks so much about her independence as a woman and, you know, not needing love, but also wanting a beautiful love story and just all that sort of thing. I just love it, and she just ties it up in such a beautiful little bow and packaging and just presents it so wonderfully. Now that it's been a while since the album has come out, we can talk about my favorite songs from the album. I actually made a TikTok about this album and I put all the songs in my ranking. I'll just do like the top 5. I won't read all of them out. Number 1, Baby Steps. Beautiful, such a like self-love healing tune, just so sweet and so uplifting. Number 2 is So Easy to Fall in Love. Number 3 is Nice to Each Other, obviously. Number 4 is Close Up, and number 5 is Man I Need. There were no songs in this album that I didn't like or didn't kind of vibe with. I loved every single one of them. This is a no skip album. I'm actually going to her concert in October next year, which I'm so beyond excited for. I saw her perform live in Laneway this year, but to see an actual concert from her, her own set, her own moment, I'm so excited for. On Spotify, you can actually go to your profile and you can find out your top artists of the month and then top tracks of the month, which is really cool. I only discovered this feature recently, so that helped me to figure out the next couple of things. Obviously Olivia Dean is on my top 3, but she's actually number 2 because Taylor Swift is number 1. We have Taylor Swift, Olivia Dean, and then Ariana Grande. I've always loved Ariana Grande's music, but every now and then I'll kind of go through this intensive period of just listening to her music, and I definitely went through one of those periods this month, so that's why she's in my top 3 for this month. Taylor Swift came out with an album this month, I think October 2nd, October 3rd, so that's why she's in my top artists for this month, because I've listened to her album a lot this month. I really loved her album. It wasn't my favorite one of hers, like I really love a lot of her old stuff, but I still really enjoyed it. I don't understand the backlash that she's getting, but each to their own, I guess. Using the same feature, I can talk about my top 3 songs that I listen to. Number 1 is Tan Lines by Mackenzie Ziegler, which is kind of funny because she's not on my top artist at all. It's just this one song that I've been listening to on repeat. I love this song so much. It's such a summer song. You're driving, the windows are down, you just come home from the beach, or you're going to the beach. Like, it's just so summery, and I love it so much. The music video is so cool. If you know Gen Z, you know where I'm going. It was a throwback and a half. Oh my goodness. Number 2 is I Like How I Look by Jessie Murph. This song was also, oh my gosh, the amount of times that I played this song was crazy. I originally found this song on TikTok, like every other song ever. I think it was a part of a trend or something like that. I think it was like a couples trend, and I just loved it, and I love the music. And then number 3 is Blue Moon by Zara Larsson, which can actually transition perfectly to my next little topic, which is my newly listened to artist. I remember listening to Zara Larsson like ages and ages ago, maybe like 5 odd years ago. A very long time. She put out some absolute bangers back in the day. Pretty sure she did Lush Life, didn't she? Yeah, Lush Life. Yeah, that was a bop. She recently released an album, and Blue Moon was a part of that album, and love it. Such a good song. I've been listening to that in the car so much recently. And then also another newly listened to artist is Madison Beer. I recently watched the Victoria's Secret show, and Madison Beer was performing at that show, and she played Bittersweet. She played Yes Baby, I think, and I've just been obsessed with her ever since. So yeah. Film and TV is probably my second favorite topic to talk about because I love films. I love everything about it. I just love watching movies. I recently discovered, which is definitely not a new idea or a new thought or a new thing that has happened. I recently discovered that the cinema does half price tickets on Tuesday. So I went to the movies 3 times this month, which honestly isn't a lot, but at the same time, going to the cinema and actually watching a movie, I feel like happens less often than just seeing a movie on like Netflix or that sort of thing. The films that I watched at the cinemas this month include The Smashing Machine. Absolutely incredible film. I cannot get over how incredible Dwayne Johnson's transformation was, and also just learning the story about Mark Kerr, the wrestler, was really insightful and really interesting. Tron Ares was another film that I saw. Just visually, this movie was insane. I loved it so much. I've only seen one of the previous films of this trilogy, I guess you'd call it. I don't know if they're actually all interconnected. I've only watched Tron Legacy. I haven't watched the original Tron. Sort of knew some information about what was happening and all like the backstory of it, but this movie, I feel like you could go and watch it even if you hadn't watched any of the previous movies. Tron Ares was an amazing cast as well. Like, they had so many familiar faces in it. Jared Leto, I think that's how you say his name, he played the main character in this film, and he did such an amazing job. He played a AI human not human sort of character so well. I don't really have any new words for these movies, but they were just all so good and I love them so much. And then we have Regretting You, which I saw not on a Tuesday, I saw on a Saturday, I believe, with a friend. It was good. I really did enjoy it, but it wasn't half as good as the 2 previous movies. When I went to the cinema to watch this movie, it was completely full. I could not see a spare seat in the house. The movie was a book to film adaptation. I hadn't read the book and I wasn't really sure if I needed to / actually wanted to. I also wanted to make a little mention of TV series, even though I've only been watching one TV series this month, which is Supernatural. This is such a cool series. I am loving it so far. It does go for about 15 seasons, 20 seasons, something like that. I've wanted to watch Supernatural for a very long time, but I never wanted to commit to it. The two main characters are played by Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki. Is that how you say his name? I don't know. I think I'm on season 3, so I have a long way to go. Long way to go. Now let's talk beauty and fashion. Honestly, I'm not the most informed about either of these things, but I wanted to include them anyway because I thought it would be fun. First thing we're going to talk about is makeup, my favorite makeup product, and it was definitely this concealer that I bought from Sephora. This is the Best Skin Ever multi-use concealer from Sephora, the actual makeup brand, not the store. I've tried so many different concealers in the past and I could never really find one that I really liked because I don't like wearing too much makeup, but I like wearing makeup, if you know what I mean. I wanted one that was about medium coverage, I feel like, not too light and not too heavy as well. And this one has been doing really, really well so far. The one thing that I've noticed about this one is because it is medium coverage, I basically take the applicator, dab it a few times on my hand, and then get the beauty blender and take it from my hand, because if I was to just put the applicator straight on my face, there's a lot of product and I don't want to put a lot of product on my face. So that's one thing about this one that I've noticed, but it's not like a negative thing at all. And no, I really like it and it's been a really great addition to my makeup. Now I want to talk about my favorite pieces of clothing, which is kind of random, I know. I really love these two pieces, so I really wanted to share it. I feel like this is one of those things that if you were to look at me, you wouldn't really suspect that I was into it, but I love motorbikes and I love cars. When I saw this shirt, I knew that I wanted to get it. This was actually from Cotton On. It was a part of their Honda range. They have a bunch of other t-shirts as well, and I think a hoodie or a crew neck or something like that. This is what it looks like. It is just white, it has Honda on the front. On the back we have an actual bike and it looks amazing. Oh my goodness. Do I know much about bikes? No. But do I like looking at them and hearing them? Yes. I have worn this shirt so many times. I love it so much and it's such a great fit as well. With a pair of jeans, this looks amazing because it's a cropped fit, so it's not too long and it's not too short. It is the perfect outfit. I love it so much. And then for the second piece of clothing, we have a little dress. It's probably not going to turn out great on camera because it is black. It's just a little denim dress. It is so cute. I got this from Kmart actually. You can either wear it on its own or you can wear something underneath it as well, which I think is really cool. It has these gold buttons down the middle. It's super simple. It does, guys, it has pockets. What? I've been loving this dress because it is getting into the warmer months. It is so nice to not be wearing jeans all the time, so wearing that on a summer's day has just been so lovely. I think this is such a fun little addition to this video. Obviously I watch a lot of YouTube. It's been my favorite social media platform since I was probably 8 years old, so I want to include like my favorite or like most watched YouTubers or a new YouTuber that I'm starting to watch. My most watched YouTuber from this month, I definitely would have to say Rachel Catherine. I love her videos so much. She actually lives in Brisbane, which is pretty cool. But she does a lot of book related videos and also vlogs as well. She seems so sweet and I love watching her videos. They're so cozy, so sweet. She does so many cool hobbies. I am in awe of everything that she does. And then a YouTuber that I've just started to watch this month is Sarah Caroli, I think that's how you say her name. She actually makes really similar content to Rachel. I think that's how I found her in the first place. I think Rachel must have mentioned her in a video and then I did a little Google and then I found her channel. I've really been loving her videos this month. She makes book related videos, vlogs, same sort of thing. The last two things that I wanted to talk about are kind of like miscellaneous little items, kind of random. A hobby that I've gotten back into is playing Minecraft. I don't know if you would consider this a hobby. I find it really fun and genuinely I didn't think that I would get back into playing Minecraft. I downloaded it on my computer because I've had it before, so I didn't have to purchase it again, and it's been really fun. Do I get scared? Terrified actually of monsters? Yes. Yes I do. Do I not go into caves? Yep. Yeah, I don't go into them. So I just play on like peaceful. It's quite nice. And my favorite new drink, I have to mention this because it is absolutely insane how good it is. It is a strawberry iced latte. Obviously everyone and their dog has tried matchas. I have not. I don't think that I would like it, although I still need to try it because, you know, I can't say that I don't like something if I don't try it. I've seen everyone try a matcha, right? And I didn't want to like jump straight into it because I am a creature of habit. I just have iced lattes. I'm very simple when it comes to my drink, so I have to kind of work my way into the matcha territory. So I thought my best first step was to get a strawberry iced latte. I know you can get strawberry matcha iced lattes, which sound incredible. I want to make sure I like matcha before I combine the two, you know what I mean? I get a strawberry iced latte from Sunday Coffee, which is a cute little cafe here in the Sunshine Coast. If you live in the area, you definitely should check it out. Well, that is everything that I wanted to include in this October favorites, everything that I've loved in October. I feel like when I go back to edit this video, I'll definitely would have figured out something that I missed or a category that I should have talked about, but I can always add that to a future monthly favorites video. But I hope you enjoyed this video. It was very fun to film. I love talking about all my favorites, especially film and TV and music, two of my favorite things, so getting to talk about that and sharing my love for both of those things is just, it's so great. I hope you all are having a wonderful day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you all very soon with another video.